Hello and welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow. You're watching this very special series that we call Super Achievers Making New India, powered by VoiceWhat. Two super achievers on the show tonight. Let me quickly introduce them. First up is OMJAY EV Limited. We also have E-Rickshaw tonight. EV is one of the leading electric two-wheeler manufacturing companies in India that balances technology and the environment. Their vehicles are designed to be noise and emission free to make them the best electric scooters of the future. In tonight's conversation, we understand EV as an indigenous brand revolutionizing the Indian mobility sector. Let me welcome the co-founder and MD of OMJ EV Limited on the show today. Lots of excitement, lots of updates happening with the company. Harsh Vardhan, let's start by talking about the product. Harsh, good having you here. How did EV, the brand, and how did the company really come into being?
First of all, I would like to thank ET Now for featuring our story, for featuring our what we have done EV in their television across India. I come from a family which has been dealing in automobiles for almost 85 plus years. We are completely deep rooted into automobile, and from the initial thought, we always wanted to do something. When I was growing up, I wanted to do something where instead of just a simple business, we can give something back to the society, where what actions we take will have a more impact on the society and for the betterment of every individual living in the country as well as across the society. So in the similar context, we started this journey of electric vehicles. Since we were in the space for almost 85 years, we saw that electric vehicles is going to be the future and is going to transform the automobile industry or completely revolutionize how the traditional automobile industry is going to work. So we took a step, we took a stand that yes, we should get into this. This is a product of the future. And if we are not able to encash this now, then maybe we will be a lot behind than the curve in which the industry is growing. So almost it's been 2016 since when we started our initial research and homework in the space of electric vehicle, and post that almost after 2.5 to 3 years of extensive research, understanding the customer's mindset, understanding their requirements, we could finally develop the products which they could accept, which was acceptable by the Indian consumer. And by October 2019, we started our journey, and within a very short span of 2 years time, we have already made our presence in more than 150 locations across the country. Along with that, we have more than 10,000 happy customers who are using our products, who are enjoying, which is giving us all the more morale and giving us all the more confidence that yes, we are on the right path and we have a long journey ahead of us which we need to cover.
What can you tell us about your company as well as your current expansion plans?
See, the current manufacturing facility that I am standing in right now is the largest electric two-wheeler plant operational in the country. Here we have an installed capacity of 1 million units per annum, but we have the capacity to scale it up to 5 million units per annum. We have that much of infrastructure, that much of land bank and that much of resources available within us that we can scale up our operations and do whatever is required to achieve our vision. As far as expansion plans are concerned, we tend to reach out to every industry, to every nook and corner of the country, to every gram panchayat, every block, and to get into the consideration set of every individual. And we want to be recognized as a brand, as a trustworthy brand which you can rely upon for your daily commute, a product or a company or a brand who is reliable, whose quality is assured, whose after sale is well taken care of, so that people don't hesitate or people don't think twice before choosing our brand or before referring it to anybody else.
So let's talk about the market and the potential for electric vehicles going forward. What can you tell our viewers, sitting where you are, how excited perhaps you are about the kind of market that this represents?
As far as the electric vehicle technology is concerned, it is not a new technology that we are offering. This technology was actually first invented in the year 1862 but it came into mass acceptance and it came into mass adoption only from the year 2005-2006, where you could see we had initially few brands in the car segment as well as in the bike segment coming into the space. But even then, the people were not so upbeat about electric vehicles because of the major challenges that they were facing in terms of the right quality of the product were not available then. The after sales service was not a question mark then. Along with that, they were just, the technology was so new and at a such a nascent stage that people were not convinced to get into an electric vehicle. They were not ready to experiment. But now over the last couple of years, I'm saying maybe from 2018 or 2019, with the way the government has been pushing electric vehicles from all its corridors, all its departments, that is encouraging the OEMs and as well as the consumers to get electric vehicles into the consideration set. Electric vehicles has a lot of advantages compared to an traditional IC vehicles. It is very pocket friendly, the running cost is low, the maintenance cost is low, which is there across the space.
Being one of the top 10 battery operated electric two-wheeler manufacturing companies in India, EV has years of experience in manufacturing these vehicles. Apart from being environment friendly, EV vehicles have USB ports, anti-theft keyless entry and geotagging amongst other features.
Harshvardhan, could you talk to us about the technology which is being used in your product? And from what I understand, that you're making European certified vehicle models. Just run us through the process of that.
As far as the technology goes, our vehicles are coming up with brushless direct current motors. Along with that, we are using both lithium ion as well as lead acid technologies. We are our R&D team is continuously in the work of innovation to develop new products, to develop new technologies which can match, which we will be ahead of what is there in the competition or what is there in the industry. Our continuous efforts are in the line that we need to be ahead of what is already going on in the industry. We have to be different. Right from our quality, we knew by virtue of being in this industry for almost 80 years, we knew one thing: automobile is a space where if you don't give the right quality product and the right after sales network, after sales service to the consumer, then you won't be able to sustain the growth in the long run. So that pedigree is helping us in devising a product, devising a quality of a product which is well accepted in the market. The new model that we are going to launch is that we are going to show today's Soul. It is a completely European certified model, which means each and every component of that vehicle has been designed and calibrated as per the European standards, which is the top in the line. Right from the battery, in terms of battery, we are using lithium phosphate batteries, which is the most advanced batteries in the electric vehicle space till now.
What is the extent of raw material right now which is being used in your products? Harshvardhan, what can you tell us, and how are you planning on perhaps expanding on that?
So initially when we started our production, we were highly dependent on imports. See, for this I would like to answer this in a different way. When we start an industry, there are two schools of thoughts in which you can go. Either you develop a product right from the scratch, right from its development, sketch rendering, prototype and asset building, and then you go in the market. And the other one is you get what best is available in the international markets, tweak it as per Indian standards, make it acceptable by the Indian consumers, and slowly start working on the backward integration. So currently we are sitting on a localization of almost 90%, where most of our critical components are being manufactured in India. We are procuring from our vendors in India, and now we are in the process of ramping it up even further. We have plans of setting up our own battery assembly unit, where so that we have a complete control on the most crucial aspect of the complete vehicle, which is the battery. Plus we also have plans of setting up into motor manufacturing. So we are into both forward and backward integration. Forward in terms of we want to reach out to every nook and corner of the country, every gram panchayat, every block, every district of the country. We need to make our presence felt. And as far as backward integration is concerned, we intend to manufacture the batteries, the motors, the controllers, all the critical components which are used in the vehicle, plus the artificial intelligence, and all of those things we tend to procure it locally.
EV electric scooters are powered by advanced swappable lithium-ion batteries that ensure that the scooter almost never runs out of charge. EV electric scooters deliver a range of 75 plus kilometers on a single charge.
Alright Harshvardhan, we'll have to let you go at that. Thanks for your time. I'm going to take a quick break here on this very special series. On the other side, our second super achiever joining us live on the show tonight is E-Rickshaw. Do stay tuned, back in just a moment.
E-Rickshaw is founded to build an effective, organized and sustainable ecosystem around e-rickshaw to address hyperlocal mobility, logistics and energy challenges in the future while empowering millions of e-rickshaw drivers to live a better life.
Mohit Sharma, founder and CEO of E-Rickshaw. Akashdeep, the founder and CEO of the company, joining us here. Gentlemen, good having you both here on the show with us tonight. Let me perhaps kick things off with you, Mohit, and really talk to us about what is essentially at its heart a very unique concept, that of an electric auto rickshaw. Where did the idea for that come about? What can you tell us?
Sunanda, it all started when we were studying in school, and when we had to sort of go to school, catch the bus, and before catching the bus, we have to reach at a bus stand, reach at a metro station. And the problem in hailing an e-rickshaw, problem in hailing any auto rickshaw at that time was a big trouble, and that used to result into reaching to the destination at late, 5-10 minutes late, and it used to be all over, right? Means sometimes we didn't used to sort of even get the entry into the school, and same happened during the college days. It was very hard. So making solving for ourselves, making our problem solved was the core idea when we started E-Rickshaw. The same thing then happened during our office days also, which further sort of helped us galvanize our thoughts on that we want to solve this problem. And E-Rickshaw was the product we always believed can be right form factor for that 2 to 5 kilometer ride, and that's where the idea kicked in. And we also saw that nobody is aggregating this vehicle, and this is so fantastic that it can in a much better way solve for that 2 to 5 kilometer problem, which was very hard for even an auto rickshaw to solve because of the sheer pricing of an auto rickshaw, right? So E-Rickshaw was the form factor that we finally decided to use into solving this problem, and there we decided that we have to create this complete ecosystem of EV around this E-Rickshaw as in one EV product, and that's where we decided.
Mohit, since you're talking about the USP, I want to talk about your business model as well. How is what you are offering very different from your competitors? Because the EV market is kind of starting to boom here in the country, but how have you managed to get that extra edge over your partners?
So Sunanda, we are focusing on complete 360-degree build-up of this ecosystem, which is unlike any of our competitor. We do have competitor in the individual category, but nobody is sort of thinking this, solving this problem from a 360-degree standpoint, and that is a key differentiator that we have, because we completely own the life of this e-rickshaw driver partner and solve it from all corners. Means on one hand we increase their daily occupancy, bring them more revenue, and at the same time we give them more access to energy because of which they can run more kilometers in a day. And we believe that this holistic approach of solving the problem of the e-rickshaw driver partner makes the driver partner much more stickier to the platform, and it will be very hard for our competitors to steal those driver partners away. And into the mobility business, having the supply, having that stickiness of the supply is key thing and a key differentiator which we are going to have, which we have even today, and would sort of double down onto this as we go down the line.
With over 8,000 e-rickshaws, 9.1 million trips, E-Rickshaw has created a niche for itself and has become the largest e-rickshaw aggregator in India. E-Rickshaw is also the most affordable and environment-friendly brand that is providing convenience and is sustainable.
So in terms of the USP, Akash, and this question is directed towards you, what can you tell our viewers? What really is that unique proposition that you're offering?
If we look at the EV market in India, a lot of companies, startups have started working in the EV market. Especially talking about the e-rickshaw market, a lot of companies have started working in the market, but none of them are thinking having a 360-degree view about the market. If you look at the e-rickshaw, there's a lot of problem which is being faced by the e-rickshaw, be in terms of revenue making or the cost of running that vehicle. OA being the first player in this e-rickshaw market, it was a need to be solved by O-Rickshaw. So we started, when we started this company, we started with mobility as a service to this e-rickshaw driver partner to increase the daily income. During the COVID times, we started deliveries because mobility was down. We started with delivery. With that, the income will go up for these driver partners. And then also we started battery swapping so that the cost of running the vehicle goes down. So if you look at all these three services, and when we look at O-Rickshaw is doing a complete 360-degree view having on this for the driver partners and solving all their needs. So that makes very unique proposition for these driver partners.
Akash, how do you empower the e-rickshaw drivers? That's what they're called on your platform. Could you explain that concept to us and why perhaps this is important for you?
When we started this company, we used to meet a lot of driver partners in the market, and obviously this is no brainer that everybody wants to make good money in the market. But when you talk to the driver partners, apart from money, what is most important and as a problem they face is to get a good access of the health benefits. For us, this has been one of the key component on which we wanted to work on. During the COVID times, we got an opportunity to work on this thing, and we have built a welfare scheme related to health insurance, which we give to the driver partners, which does not only includes the driver partners but their families also. And in the coming days, we also have a plan to include welfare schemes like education for their children.
Mohit, we've been just talking about the EV space. So according to you, how big is that opportunity and what are your plans on capturing it?
So we see this as a huge opportunity. Means overall, all business put together, that's a $30 billion opportunity. And looking at the sheer size of the market, means there are 2.5 million e-rickshaws down there which needs to be aggregated. And second, there are close to 120 million daily commuters who require this access to public transportation on daily basis. And third, we are living in a country where 60 million deliveries happen, the last mile deliveries, when the package has to be moved from the warehouse to the customer's hand. And fourth, talking about the the energy side of the business, means there's 2.5 million e-rickshaws require this battery swap, means they require the access to more kilometer energy on daily basis. They need to run like 70-80 kilometers, and at one swap we do like 50 kilometers. So there are millions of swap which can happen on our platform. We do believe that this is a large opportunity to solve, which ultimately results into a driver partner making about 30,000 rupees on monthly basis. So 2.5 million, 30,000 worth of transaction per driver per month. We believe that's a huge opportunity. Okay. So, to capture this opportunity, we are focusing on building this complete ecosystem, complete community. So when we see e-rickshaw, there are a lot of stakeholders which are associated with this product. Means the life cycle of the e-rickshaw begins when the e-rickshaw is sold off the shelf of the dealer partner who actually sells it, right? And from that point, we start to sort of build this ecosystem. Means we first onboard those stakeholders on our platform, which have huge databases of these driver partners who sort of sell this vehicle and generally carry sort of all the data points around the driver partner. From there we onboard those stakeholders, and then the referral starts to sort of kick in, right? Where we get a lot of referrals of those driver partner who can potentially be targeted for onboarding on the platform. And since in the complete scheme of things and the complete ecosystem that we are building, e-rickshaw is at the core. It is very important that we get the high quality sort of leads and high quality driver partners on our platform. So that's our starting point. And then we start to build the business layer by layer, starting from the ride business, then delivery business, and then offering battery swap as a service to the driver partners. So it's a completely community-based program which runs on referrals, and we believe that this is the fastest way to scale up, especially into this industry, which is bottom of the pyramid, where we need a huge amount of reach out in the market. So this is our approach to capture this market.
Akash, even as we were talking about the big vision as far as EV, electric vehicles in India are concerned, and getting your views on that, I want to talk about Vision 2030 specifically for electric vehicles, the government's big mission, in terms of electrification of mobility here in the country. Your thoughts on that, how you see yourself playing, in that space. What do you want to leave our viewers with?
I'm very bullish on the EV story in the country and around the globe. I feel that in next 5 or 10 years, EV is going to be the center topic in the country and around the globe. I think a lot of startups will come into this market, will build a lot of different services for this market, be it manufacturing or component making or battery swapping or charging infrastructure. I think I'm very bullish. I think if you look at the masses in the country and the globe, I think a lot of people have started talking about the EVs. For OA, I believe that in next 5 or 10 years or by 2030, OA is going to be the largest EV ecosystem provider in the country. Which talking about the mobility, will be the largest one to in terms of number of passengers we move per day. If we talk about deliveries, we feel that a lot of companies have started having a mandate today that they want to transform from gasoline to the EVs. So I feel that E-Rickshaw will have a lot of contribution into that category. And as far as battery swapping is concerned, we feel that OE will have a largest battery swapping network in the country by 2030.
Mohit, how has COVID perhaps impacted your business? What did you do to ensure that you were not being impacted too much, of course? What was that period like for you? What were your learnings like? What did you do really to survive?
We were into a position where we have close to 2,000 driver partners on our platform, but there were no customer whom they can carry because all the public transportation were banned by the government of India. At that time, we saw opportunity into instead of commuting people to commuting goods, because people were ordering stuff sitting at their home using various kind of application, and there was a huge surge into demand of last mile deliveries. So we decided to depute our vehicles onto doing last mile deliveries, and that was a trigger point where we said delivery is one market that we can capture. And the core idea means why this opportunity is not just a COVID phenomenon but a long-term strategic mission that we are onto is because of the fact that deliveries largely happen during the off-peak hours of the day when the daily commute is not happening. So people are either sitting at their home or at their workplaces. So and talking about the ride business, it's a morning and evening phenomena where people largely require the service in the morning and the evening hours. So during the daytime, we have these driver partners idle in the market. So that was the point of trigger for us. Like in the off-peak hours, we can depute that same fleet onto doing deliveries also.
E-Rickshaw is building a 360-degree ecosystem around its electric rickshaws. This one-of-a-kind company, through its technology stack, is enabling driver partners to carry out battery swapping and charging options, making it the most efficient form of public transport.
Alright gentlemen, good having you here on the show. Completely out of time on tonight's episode. If you have any feedback for us, as always, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.